difference in school. Discover more about AmeriCorps programs making a difference in your community at serve.nebraska.gov. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn, he'll get it to the 24-yard line.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer
Terrell Farley,
defending Terrell Farley,
who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Yeah. All right, welcome to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket. I'm the black shirt, Terrell Farley. I'm with Bach, and the Captain will be in soon. Welcome to this gorgeous Tuesday morning. I must say, because we're moving to the evening time in a couple of days. Have y'all let the people know we're moving from 1 to 3?
We have not let the people know. You're
gotta
letting
let
the cat out of the bag.
Yeah, you got to let it out the bag. Jake them let it out the bag yesterday. You got to let everybody know to tune in Monday, February 3rd from 1 to 3 as the Captain Show will move times, but we are still the fastest 2 hours in radio.
That's right. That's a big announcement. Are you ready to move from to 1 to 3? We're a little bit of a ticket shuffle as far as our lineup goes.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I think I'll be ready to go to work once I'm done at 3 o'clock and get done kind of early, Bach. Hell of a trip, Bach.
Yes.
One good trip. Spent a lot of time with my grandbaby. Man, it was amazing. Me and her had some one-on-one times every day for 4 or 5 hours.
Oh yeah.
My daughter got her license today. Congratulations to her. It's the birthday party was a smash. I needed that. I needed that to get away for a little bit, to clear my head, to think, missing your kids, missing your grandkids. But, that's all out the way. So I'm ready now to get back on track, and let's do the Captain Show.
That's right. I got to ask, though, how's the weather out there in Indiana? It's interesting.
Terrible.
You're kind of coming back to a warm Lincoln here.
It's about like Nebraska.
Yeah.
Same weather. It did warm up yesterday a little bit. It got like the 40s and I think Sunday, but it was snow on the ground when I got there. It was kind of chilly in the morning. I had to get up 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, go get me some coffee. So I did have access to a vehicle to go get me coffee in the morning. But, their coffee's not like our coffee here at the mill.
That's right. Not quite.
I had to go to, what was that called? Marathon gas station for some coffee. But, it was a good trip, though, Bob. I'm glad I took the time to go spend the birthday party with her and get a couple of days with her.
Did you get a chance knowing that when last time I spoke to you, last time before you left, we didn't know the Super Bowl. Did you watch the championship games?
I didn't watch any.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. Well,
that's understandable. It's family time.
I can tell you that the Chiefs are who they are.
Yeah.
They're in the refs who they are with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But I did look at a little bit of the box scores, when the game was going along, because these kids, they take the TV up.
Yeah.
Especially newborns. I mean, not newborn, but 1-year-old. They watch this Miss Nancy, this lady on.
Yeah.
And
Miss Rachel.
Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
And I think I listened to 4 hours of that. So that was the bad part of that. But, it taught me some things too, though.
Yeah, you'd learn along the way.
Yeah. So.
But so you got Chiefs and Eagles rematch of a Super Bowl a couple years ago. You got any way you're leaning, or you think siding with the rest and the Chiefs over there?
Well, I'm gonna go like this because I did the same thing for Ohio State. The Eagles are on the road.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley is on the road. You don't want to get Jalen Hurts started because then you got 2 runners you got to try to contain. I think their defense is better than Buffalo's. Several UGA guys, you got big Jalen in the middle, and he's a factor. Dean, the linebacker. That's they still got Slay back there.
I'm not sure.
But, they got a great defense. I think it's supposed to be a great game. But I think the Eagles should win by 10.
Yeah, comfortable victory for the
Comfortable
Eagles.
victory. Yeah. I think they're the best team right now. I mean, you can say a lot of things about Kansas City and what people want, but right now I think I have to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, I like it. The kind of getting an early pick, and we'll hear from Rashawn. Certainly, he did pick. He's been with the Eagles all along, so he'll be looking forward
That's what he said.
to bragging about that. But yeah, I don't know. He wasn't too. He wasn't bragging about that too much when they were 2-2 for some reason, but now that they're doing so well, he's pretty excited about it. Also in the news, I suppose, for Nebraska is that they do have a defensive tackle, an offensive guard in town today. Notre Dame's transfer, Rocco Spindler. Obviously, after having gotten Elijah Pritchett, that can help out significantly for the offensive line. But what do you think about a chance at getting a guard here? I know tackle's kind of the bigger deal, but I mean, you could take offensive line help where you can get it.
Is this the kid we talked about earlier in the week, or is this another one?
There's several Notre Dame guys that have been transferring, but him in particular, he did start the last in parts of the last couple of years. So he's got some starting experience at least, but again at guard.
Yeah, I mean we need all the help we can get. You gotta get guys in here that can push other guys, because if you don't have anybody to push you, Bach, then you get, let's say, lackadaisical or lazy, and you don't play to your full potential. When you got a guy that's behind you that's just as good as you, it makes you ball out all through practice.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you get lazy.
Yeah, no, that's understandable, and that's what I kind of think in this case. With Nebraska, they've got a couple. The redshirt freshman class from this past year, even the freshman class. Hopefully those guys are coming along. You usually expect a couple years in the weight room that they can get going, and then to be able to provide that that competition that you're kind of talking about, to push each other along. And so maybe some of those guys from last year's redshirt freshman class, you expect them to kind of start getting there as sophomores, but. He would be a good addition. We'll see. There's a couple other teams after him. I believe he potentially has a visit to Indiana, Michigan, some other schools in the Big Ten, but it would be a good get for Nebraska. Also wanted to ask you about Dylan Raiola, Dawson Merritt hanging out in the Chiefs locker room. I don't know if you saw that, but
I did.
They were celebrating the AFC title game themselves in Kansas City. Dawson Merritt and Dylan Raiola again. Terry Braden, the defensive line coach, new defensive line coach for Nebraska, still part of the Chiefs staff right now, and we've seen that as his salaries were released recently for Nebraska football. Terry Braden still pending as he is still with the Chiefs now. But what do you kind of think about that, Dylan Raiola? It's funny to see the reaction online. Of course, it's going to continue the kind of cosplay Mahomes type of narrative that's out there, and he's going to have to kind of live up to having that similarity and kind of being in proximity of Mahomes in many of these, kind of hangouts, pictures that you could see out there. But usually what they say in any press is good press, and certainly any press that's not, negative in any light. Celebrating a championship could be fun for Dylan Raiola and Dawson Merritt, who's a new member of the Huskers, to go out there and see.
Well, here's my thing with Dylan Raiola. I think the kid is a great quarterback. I think he has the tools. He has everything to make it, but he needs his own identity. To me, he does. Does the same thing Patrick Mahomes does at warm up. You could say he's not doing it, but you could tell he does do it. But a kid like that, he's going to make his own name. So he needs to get his own tradition and be his own guy.
Yeah.
I know they work out with the same quarterback coach. Probably every kid in the world wants to be like Patrick Mahomes, but to have as much talent as Dylan does, he can make his own ways with his own persona, I say.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and you wonder too. I know it's kind of simple, and might be talking about off-season radio right here, but if the single-digit number thing, kind of the tradition continues, you'd expect him to move into that. You move away from the 15. Obviously, that's part of the look, but he might not. Maybe he'll stick there.
Well, here's the thing about number 15. Everybody knows it's only 115 at Nebraska. You have to do a lot.
Oh yeah.
To catch Tommy Frazier. You're looking at a guy who was a 3-time MVP and 3 national title games. That's kind of hard to do, especially on the losing end. Especially with a guy who won back-to-back national titles. That's the glory days, what we know as Nebraska football right there. So, just be himself and play his own game and it'll all work out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the hope. I don't know if you've seen it. I think we've talked about it a little bit. Is that if you've seen kind of the early top 10s for quarterbacks next year, that even going into the top 25, he's not maybe as highly regarded nationally as maybe you would want, I suppose you would say, at least, or maybe where he was midpoint through the season. Of course, he had that few game stretch there where he had like 1 touchdown and 6 picks or whatever it was. And that kind of cooled him off. So when you look at those lists, there's a lot of names, guys that maybe haven't played quite, like Arch Manning's up there, top 5 type of deal.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't played a whole lot. Dylan started a whole year, and he's, I think the On3 had him somewhere around the 23rd, something like that. So not quite even knocking on the door of top 10, but that's fair, right? I mean, he was not close to a top 10 quarterback this past year. He had flashes of it, but he still got a lot to prove.
Yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere. You know, you always can't be at the top. You got to earn your way in it. I mean, he did have a couple of slump games that, you know, he could have did better. I think with getting a new offensive coordinator, that should help him start really fast next year, especially with the type of receivers we have brung in. It looks like a great group on paper, but you know, we have to get in the weight room. We have to get in the study. We got to get in the film room. You have to go through spring. You got to see what guys got it, because only thing you have right now is a bunch of guys that's transferring, that's really got a couple of names for themselves. But this is the Big Ten. This is why I say this, because when you get into this Big Ten play, the last two national championship teams came from the Big Ten, and everybody's going to be gunning for Michigan. Everybody's going to be gunning for Ohio State. Everybody's going to be gunning for Oregon. So you have to, you know, let your name speak for itself.
Absolutely. Penn State making waves in there too. So the Big Ten starting to feel a lot bigger than just the one or two teams on top that sometimes can kind of have cast their shadow over the rest of the league, if you will. All right, let's take a quick break here. Vershawn is arriving, so we can hear from the captain in the next segment. Got plenty more to talk about throughout the day here on The Captain on 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln. When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. Proline models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a Proline unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Early break. Joe says, Kevin says, the old days were absolutely not better times. Lots of hardships. Life in 2025 is better than ever. Oh, I love when we get these jokes back. I love good joke, good I love that joke. You're a good one. Good one, Kevin. You're hilarious, Kevin. You keep it up.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, I got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn, he'll get it to the 24-yard line.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley.
Who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fastest 2 hours. Yeah. All right, fastest 2 hours of radio. Yeah. E is I and I is him. I'm the captain. I'm with the black shirt. And Mark, that's how we do it. So 1 to 3. 1 to 3. We lighten up the airways when y'all come back out off of lunch. We're going to wake you back up from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock every day moving forward. We juicing this time spot up. Period.
Starting next Monday.
Next Monday, February 3rd. We'll still have a Window World Wednesday. We're gonna add a little LSF Thursdays. Lincoln Sports Foundation. Thursdays. And then we'll go from there. But I think it should be pretty good. Good lineup. Early break is going for 3 hours. And then it's going to be what? So talk to me. 6 to 9, early break. 9 to 11.
Well, I think we're letting everybody kind of announce their own thing at this point.
Somebody,
is
is that what we're doing?
It appears so. I mean, early break
What do you
announced
mean
it
appears so?
yesterday.
Where's Rico?
We're announcing today.
Knock on the door. We need you, Rico. Come in here. I guarantee you Rico will announce it.
We'll see.
I guarantee you Rico
I'm not
announced
sure
it.
if all the dust has settled is my concern here.
Okay, so you ready for this?
What's up?
Can you give us the lineup?
No.
Guess what? You're fired. Goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate you, though, Rico. No, mute his mic. No, he don't get to talk after he come in here.
Brought him in.
I did, but I asked him a question.
And
Can he give us?
I told you he couldn't do it. You thought I was just making it up?
There's two people. There's 3 shows that went.
Yeah. Not all the dust is settled. Not everything is sat in a row.
Oh,
we
it's
do
not clear.
I can tell you that early break is going 3 hours, and you're going to go 1 to 3.
Okay, that's the only thing that's clear. Okay.
Well, and
sorry, Rico. I apologize.
So early break from 6 to 9, the drive from 9 to 11, and then you're going to go from 1 to 3. We've got other oars in the water.
And that's
okay.
what we
I'm
know
not going to say anything.
We've got oars in the water.
It's all good. Thank you, Rico.
Of course.
You settled the smoke. It's all clear now. So early break 6 to 9, captain show 1 to 3. What did LC say? 9 to 11.
It's
open.
the drive. He did announce the drive.
Yeah, he just said the drive, right?
Yeah, yep.
So boom, you got the drive.
Sorry, drive. You guys don't get to announce it, or maybe they did.
Were they supposed to? I thought they did already.
They might have. Early break certainly did.
VJ, y'all still start at 10 this week. You was late. Say, man, you can't, dealing with stuff, brother. Sometimes you can't be on time. I'm working on it. It's 2025. I think I've been here more in 2025 than I was in 24 at this point. So,
and moving from 1 to 3, you should have more time to get over here.
Oh
right?
man, what are you telling me right now? With a business, with me being a business owner, do you know how tough it is to try to use the phones to get things done? Because usually I'm on the road by 8:30, 9 o'clock. But you got to prepare for the show. You just can't come in willy-nilly. Eventually, that'll catch up to you. So, I'm digging around. I'm looking at different sports things. I'm looking at different news things to get my mind prepared for what I'm getting ready to have to do. And then, you go home. That if I do anything extra, I might get home 1:30, 2 o'clock. Well, my whole day is gone. So now, if I'm tired mentally and I got to take a break, and I sit down in my chair and I take a nap. Now I wake up, it's like 3:30. So by the time I get to work, it's almost 4. And guess what? Everything is closing at 5. Banks are closing. It's just too much. It's hectic. So this is a good move for me. I'll be able to get some things done, at the business, and then come here and give y'all a rock sock and show. It'll be a different guy at 1 to 3. I'm a different guy from 1 to 3.
You will be.
Oh, from 1 to 3, I'm wide awake, baby. It's on and popping. I promise you. Gus Mohawk says, can we get a longer captain show? 4 hours, baby. Terrell couldn't keep up with 4 hours. Terrell, you think you can go 4 hours? No, he can't do it. I'll answer for him.
Don't want to. 4 hours.
Could you go 4 hours if you want?
No.
4 hours is a long radio show.
It is a long radio show.
Maybe
Pat,
3 would be
Pat McAfee, he go for like 4 hours, don't he?
Does he? I don't know. That's a long time.
He's about 3 hours.
He makes a lot of money to go for 4 hours. I could probably do it. Bill and Bennett says this. So, the captain show is moving from 1 until 3 next week, or starts at 3? Starts at 1, ends at 3. Fastest 2 hours is on radio. It's still going to be the fastest 2 hours. It's going to be a different time. But guess what? The time is going like it always does. Now, Terrell, I heard a little bit about it, but how was the vacation, man? How's the grandkid?
Great. Spent a lot of time.
Spent a lot of money?
Not really.
What'd you buy
her? Some Air Force Ones, baby edition.
Oh gosh, she's gonna grow out of them so fast.
Well, she needed shoes, so I bought her a pair of shoes. I bought her a big stuffed bear and just some clothes.
What did she call you? How old is she?
She's 1.
What'd she call you?
Ma.
Oh, she can't talk yet.
Yeah, she's not right.
Man,
yeah,
that sounds like mom.
No, well, she just
When she
she says a lot of stuff.
She don't say pawpaw or none of that.
Nah, she hasn't got that word out yet.
No,
but she knew who I was from the get-go.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure, my kids all call me pawpaw. It's cool. I love it. I love to be a pawpaw, not a grandpa. I call my grandpa. Grandpa seems a lot older than pawpaw. Or am I tripping?
I don't know.
No.
It depends.
Big Ty says this. Them clowns, you guys put in a solid 2 hours. They talk gibberish. I ain't going bad on their show, though. I'm not going to go back on what he's talking about, okay? I'm not going to do it, Bach. I should.
I'm glad you paused yourself there. Usually just read the teleprompter.
No, I don't read the teleprompter anymore. You know who taught me not to read the teleprompter?
Who taught you?
Eric Strickland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Eric Strickland. Yeah. Mr. Happy Birthday to,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, moons over my hammy. Come on now. Text line, you guys are smart, but we got to be smarter than the text line. We cannot let the text line catfish us into saying something. That's what it is. It's a catfish.
Yeah.
The catfish. What?
Nothing. Big Ty.
Anyway, Robbie and I says, I kind of like it. It will now make the afternoon part of work go faster. So see, when we get off, especially you people that get off at 5, 4:30, when we get off, it's over with. You got a snack time and it's over with. Go home. We're going to take you home. We're going to take you home. What did Robbie, who'd you say, Big Ty? Oh, yeah, no. Big Ty, I agree with you. I can't read it, but I do agree with you 100%. Now, do we got any football news, or are we just sitting around looking crazy?
Well, we got plenty of football news.
What about this lineman from Notre Dame? He from Notre Dame?
Yeah, he's in town, Rocco Spindler.
What year is this for him?
He would be a grad transfer, so it'd be a 1-year rental.
Okay, so one hit wonder. As far as Notre Dame goes, which I feel for Notre Dame, because you had a team that made it to the national championship game, and now it's coming unraveled. Guys are jumping in the portal, and I just don't think it's right. I think that if I was on a team and we went to the championship game, unless I understood that we were going to be terrible because we got nothing coming back, I'm coming back. But the portal is letting, and again, I appreciate what the portal is doing, only if you get guys that are game changers. We are sick and tired, and I think I speak for the fans. We are sick and tired of getting these guys out of the transfer portal that are 1-year rentals, and they come in and they are really part-time players. No real PTPers, but they're part-time players, not the real PT players, which is prime-time players. They're part-time players. So if you're going to go into the transfer portal, especially in this climate, I like the move. You better get a dog on the offensive line to protect Dylan Raiola. Like, I'm pulling out all the stops. He's our guy. He's not leaving Lincoln without signing with us. You got anything to add to that, Terrell? Or you just gonna be on your computer? You didn't have 4 days off now.
Why are you worried about me?
Because you need to join into what we're doing here.
Well,
it's called working.
I already talked about the offensive lineman.
What did you say?
I just said it's probably a good pickup. You know, they say he can play center also. Guy got plenty of experience. We need all the help we can get.
I agree.
I mean, you just can't let guys sit and feel comfortable because they started last year. Everybody has to be pushed every year.
Now, I would say, too, with him, I don't know if he is necessarily like a guy, like you said, is a primetime player. I think you want to bring him in to kind of compete at guard. And I would disagree with you.
Compete or start?
Compete. I mean, I don't know if he's necessarily a guy that you would mark down as a starter. I think that he would probably be the favorite to start. But again, looking at him over his career at Notre Dame, he didn't go into this year as their starter. Was able to earn it due to injuries. And then when that guy returned, was able to keep the job and started 10 games last year to start off. That was the first time he started there. So plenty of starting experience should kind of fizzle in there. But, I wouldn't necessarily count out a Hunter, a Latovsky or somebody else from trying to beat him out. But again, it's about adding that depth. Not every, and that's why I say I disagree with you. I don't think every position or every portal addition has to be this guy's the superstar that we hope to bring in. Some is to fill depth, some is to provide competition. And Spindler, maybe, from one way or the other, I think that you've got him there. Maybe he could make that rise to become a star player as well.
You said depth. Stop it, Bob.
You don't want depth on the offensive line?
No, I don't want to go to the transfer portal and get a one-hit wonder for depth. No, I don't. That's wasting money. To go to the transfer portal, get a one-hit wonder that's all he does is provide depth. You got that in recruiting. What do we go get the slam sledges, the Newtsons, the bricks? What do we go get them for if they're not going to provide a support and stability in that room? There's no way that I go get a guy that's not a dude. Why, Bach?
Well, as you know, they for one, those younger guys, it takes a couple of years to kind of get ready to play on the offensive line. So it's not a waste to bring up a younger guy, but it's going to take some time. Hopefully, with all this talk that we talk about, Coach Raiola, that is, getting, a lot of people praise the work he's done, but some of these younger guys have to start coming along. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't think it's a complete secret that Spindler might not have been plan A for Nebraska. They were able to get one offensive lineman so far to the transfer portal. It was a position that they needed coming in. They seem to, I don't know if strikeout's the term, but missed on a few guys. They're in the final three for a few different guys. Didn't land it. Spindler, again, I wouldn't say he's plan A. I wouldn't call him plan C either because he was just arrived in the transfer portal. But again, I don't want to overhype everybody into thinking this would be the top of Nebraska's transfer portal. If they get him, it would be a big addition because of the need that is there at offensive line. And I don't want to undersell him either because he has started plenty of games at Notre Dame.
What's his name? Give me his name one more time. Sorry, Bob.
Well, first of all, the first name's perfect. Rocco Spindler is his name.
Rocco.
Yeah, that's a good Notre Dame name, especially.
Is it a good Nebraska name?
Yeah, it'll work out for Nebraska.
Okay. I'm wondering. He's a big boy. I cannot see Big Rocco coming in here to be a backup. Why would he do it?
That's definitely not the plan. He's
kind of
planning
looks
on
like
coming
Nick's
in
bigger
start.
brother or something. He looks like Nick, don't he?
Does he? I don't know.
Look at him. 6'5", 325. Let me see here. In 23, he was a Joe Moore Award semifinalist. He got the Pancake Block of the Week versus Southern Cal. So he didn't play. Let's see. So as a senior at Texas A&M, saw playing time, especially on special teams. Special teams, Northern Illinois. At Purdue, completed on the offensive line in the win. Started on the offensive line. Earned the starting offensive line, played 57 offensive snaps. Okay. Started for the Irish against Stanford, Georgia Tech, he started. Navy, started, where they had over 400 yards of offense. Started on the offensive line against Florida State, Virginia, Army, Indiana, Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, played 63 snaps. You think they got him coming in to be a backup or a filler? You got to be. What is wrong with you, Bach, today? Something's wrong with you. If you think for 1 second 6'4", 325, grad assistant, smart, is coming in here to be in a stable of young bucks looking on the sideline trying to play. You gotta be something's wrong. Seriously, that's what you think.
I think that he would be the favorite to win the guard spot. I wouldn't mark him in pin.
You wouldn't?
No.
I would. If I'm going after him. See, here's the problem. Keith Izzone Jones talked about this. He said Nebraska doesn't go get the number 1 guy. Sometimes they miss on the number 2 guy. But then we'll take the number 3 guy because that's all that's left. You know what that's called? Huh? Leftovers. Now, how many days do you eat leftovers?
2.
So after 2 days, you throw it away.
Yeah.
What about you, Bob?
Yeah.
2 days is the max.
Probably good safe. Yeah.
Okay. So then we're at day 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Still eating the same leftovers. Okay. Eric Gilbert, what is that? A leftover. Kemp, I love him. I think Billy Kemp helped us. He led it. I get it. But was Billy Kemp a primetime player for us? Jeff Sims, what was he? He's left over? Come on, I need somebody to talk back to me.
Well, it's easy to go back and look
talk back to me now.
There's going to be guys that you miss in recruiting every year. And yeah, I mean, you could look at the guys that maybe didn't live up to your expectations and call them out for it. But
we're
yeah,
talking transfer portal though.
Yeah.
Because the transfer portal, wouldn't you agree that transfer portal players, right? Would be more valuable, Terrell, than a high schooler? If you're going to get a transfer portal player?
Well, you can get a transfer portal player with 4 years left, so it depends what need you need right now. I mean, are you looking for
you guys ain't coaches.
Well,
thinking like fans or something.
Well, some of them backups are better than backups that we had already.
I'm not saying.
You're trying to upgrade your roster from the bottom up.
With backups?
From the bottom up.
With backups. We ain't looking for no starters.
You're gonna keep. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're looking for starters. But if you could take a good backup, you take it.
Your buddy Bach over there said he was a good add-on to the stable of what they got.
Well, they don't have a whole lot either. So, I mean, that's part of the reason he's coming in.
That's what I mean. Don't you think he'll be the starter?
I do think he'll be the starter if he commits here. I just don't think it's written in pen.
Trust me. If he commits here as a grad, it's written in pen. Trust that. 93.7 the ticket, fastest 2 hours on what?
The Black Shirt.
Man,
Bach.
Be right back.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays. Games of bowling, shoe rental, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Did you know that AmeriCorps programs improve lives, strengthen communities, and foster civic engagement in Nebraska? For example, AmeriCorps members serving with Conservation Nebraska provide valuable environmental education and practical tips people can use to maintain Nebraska's natural beauty and live more sustainable lives. Discover more about AmeriCorps programs making a difference in your community at serve.nebraska.gov. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sports Show! The 56th Annual Boat Sport and Travel Show is bigger and better than ever. January 31st to February 2nd at the Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Don't miss it.
Sports Show. What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes. Feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Turn it on. GP, where you at? No, you don't get to come in here and walk up out of here. Boss, we ain't seen you in a week. You're in New York, Washington, drinking something that looked like it was so strong. I seen it on your face. I said, DP just drunk. I can't, 200 proof scotch. I'm going to limb and say it was some scotch. Welcome back.
Bourbon.
But it looked like it was strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, like hair immediately on your chest strong.
Yeah. It's a retirement of a coaching legend in Virginia, and a dear friend. I've known him for, since Little League.
Yeah.
But 30 years in the business. Was another one of my quarterbacks back in my post-college flag football state championship national title
coaching
level
run.
No, this was still playing.
Oh, playing.
It was playing. He could sling it. Duke could sling it. And I was the weapon. I was outside the numbers.
You was out there
being a problem. Being a problem. Shake him. What is it? Forget about it. Shake and bake. Get it back in the day. Yeah, it when I could still run. Back when I had abs.
DP. 93.7 The Ticket. There's some new stuff rolling out.
Yes, sir.
So what you can give us, since you're here,
yes,
you
sir.
can give us whatever it is
yes,
you
sir.
want to give us.
Yes, sir.
Can you give the people and captains, because, we've been getting texts and emails and calls. You guys are going from 1 to 3.
They want to know it's family.
Come on.
They want to know what the hangout will be.
What's going on?
So most of it is set in that my mission early on was to bring enough talent that we would have some flexibility and versatility. And then to create what, in a fluid sense, is the best lineup to match day parts with talent and talent with producers and producers with talent and sponsors with those things. And so, but in doing business, again, me and Becky, we're mom and pop, right? Listen, dime in, dollar out, right? We understand how this thing works. We're not a conglomerate. It's just us. So to make changes, we have to sell first. We sell first. We put all of our money back into the station. And to make choices, you know me, I'll tell you, everybody wants what they want. I say this to everybody. If the money's in the till, we can do business. But you need the money first. I need the agreement first. And I'm not committing myself. I'm not getting out over my skis because of how somebody feels. How I feel. That's not good business. I'm not having a business success in my 40 years because I get out over my skis. No, we do business in straightforward. If we make changes, you pay for. Make sure the changes are paid for first. Everybody who works here can tell you, everything here is new. We pay for everything. The space, the move, all of this new talent, all of the new resources, we pay for.
Equipment.
Right, we pay for it. But we do it, we get paid first, and then we pay out. Most of the lineup is set because I like the people that we have. Then it's just, okay, in this situation, what can we do? Midday seems to be, something that I'll have to make a decision today or tomorrow, which I will. Y'all know me well enough to know I don't have a problem making a decision. Again, I don't have a boss. So, we can say Thursday morning, y'all gonna know everything because we will. Early break, it made a lot of business sense and a lot of community sense to add the hour. There were people who came to the table with resources to say, hey, listen, if you add an hour, whatever your cost and expense is, we'll support that. And then behind that, then it moves everything back an hour. Ideally, you just move everything back an hour. Mm-hmm. But from a production standpoint, the drive in its show content is a late morning show. In fact, it's a late morning show. So it goes from 9 to 11. You talk to AG and AD and Raf, and everybody's good with it. You talk to Nick, they're good with it. Okay. Sponsors that exist will move with them. Wonderful. Easy done. Then it's the window that you guys are in. And listen, from a coaching standpoint, I need to let y'all do things that you're good at so that you have the most success doing it. If there's something that you struggle with, if you can't get to the outside linebacker, bro, I need to change my work.
No, you just need to tell Terrell to bump out a couple steps.
Well, but this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm not going to ask Terrell to be a middle linebacker.
Why not?
That's not what he's built for.
Gotcha.
That's not what he's built for. It's not what he's good at. So in order for him to succeed, I can't succeed if he doesn't succeed.
Well, unless you're running the over bubble.
Well, but again, so my thought was the over bubbles from 1 to 3. Over bubbles from 1 to 3. Right? Over bubbles from 1 to 3.
Over bubble 1 to 3.
Over bubbles 1 to 3, because what it allows Farley to do is to plan and plot, and to take some of the burden off Bach, and it puts more responsibility on the captain. Right?
Yep.
Listen, if I call plays for you and get you out there, and look, man, I run you on the corner post from the tight end position, and you don't catch it. Hey, man, I can't call it no more. My bad. Nope. We ain't doing it. Talk to Strick and Foreman, and on the block. And the block is such a wonderful afternoon concept. But I thought about it that what happens in the crossovers and sort of things, and this is why I've been a fan of crossovers, because it allows you to kind of blend. But you find out that in the crossovers, Jay and Strick have different conversations. Two Hall of Famers, different pockets, different parts of the country, different lifestyles, different thinking. But they have different conversations. So I'm like, hey, Jay, man, what do you think? Well, Jay Foreman is like, listen, man, what I love doing this. So doing more of it ain't a problem for him. So the block will go from 3 to 5 after the captain show. Right?
High five.
Makes sense. 5 o'clock, Austin Orman is a dude. Austin Orman is a dude. And my thing was, listen, he's built enough resume with me that if that hour of the day, if he wants to take it and do something with it, you know, the Orman hour, drive time, whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it. 6 to 7, same thing applies. But Jay and Austin like doing the thing together. So they're like, listen, we don't throw old school away. We just rebrand it and redirect it. That 1 hour of it's old school, 1 hour is drive time, where they, you know, there's some flexibility. Remember that old school and one-on-one are still on the bench.
Waiting to get deployed.
Training.
Put me in, coach.
Prep. Like I'm over there like Magic Johnson. Don't make me pull off the warm-ups and gone out there and run some fast break. I got you covered. I want the folks to be able to do that. The morning, at night, all the student athlete shows still going, all the specialty shows still going, teammates, Takedown Tuesday still going on Tuesday. Don't have to worry about Steve Taylor's show still in play. All we're looking at is deciding 1 hour of the day and whether it's going to be more of one thing or less of another. And I'll make that decision Thursday, and I will let everybody know in full as soon as I make the decision. And I make no decision. I'm like good wine, baby. No decision before it's time.
Just let it chill. Hey. Let it chill.
Hey.
Listen, Juwan Gary was here yesterday.
Yeah, man. Love that dude. Love that dude.
I talked to him for about 15 minutes.
Love that dude, man. Great character, great personality.
I think we're going to see a different Juwan Gary, too.
Hey, let's do that.
All right, 93.7 the ticket. I'm with
the Black Shirt.
And
Bach.
Who else?
The boss.
We'll be right back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Sports
Sports Show. The 56th annual Boat Sport and Travel Show is bigger and better than ever. January 31st to February 2nd at the Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Don't miss it.
Sports Show.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn, he'll get it to the 24-yard line.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
It's the Captain Show. All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. The fastest 2 hours in radio is ready for hour number 2.
Bach, you got some news. You got some fresh news for us, Bach. You got some fresh, well, DP was talking salaries and people paying this and all these coaches getting all this crazy money out here. How much crazy money is Nebraska giving our coaches this year?
Well, yeah, we did get an update. We did get an update on some of the coaching contracts with some of the new position coaches coming in and some of the old stuff, or some of the old guys getting raises or moved around or whatever. So what we got this week, John Butler, of course, new defensive coordinator, set to make a $1.1 million. Last year's defensive coordinator, Tony White, was at 1.6. We can kind of go through this each one at a time. What do you guys think about 1.1 for John Butler? Might as well be John Million. Yeah.
For me, to me, I think you pay a person a base and then you have all kind of incentives to get to 1.1. I just don't. If you go look, I guarantee you, as a staff, we got to have one of the highest paid staffs in the country.
Double check. Penn State just forked out $3 million for their defensive coordinator.
But Penn State was in the conversation for everything.
Well, here's the problem.
You got to get in the conversation first.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with him making 1.1. I mean, this is his first year. He got to earn it somehow. if he lives up to that billing, then you have to dole out more money. I don't think he's quite on Tony White's level yet, but we'll have to see as time goes.
Yeah, and that's what I would say about it. Is it's good. It feels kind of more like according to the market. Tony White has more of the resume at this point. That's why he was kind of raising up, and John Butler is gonna fight to get there. But that's kind of what kind of the next step is. And to your point, Rashawn, is that your previous offensive coordinator Marcus Satterfield was one of the highest paid offensive coordinators in the country, and people, you could say, and obviously it didn't work out well, is that seemed to be overpaying for what was on his resume. And so I think that's kind of what you're kind of looking at here, is trying to decide where that is. Now, Marcus Satterfield, by the way, still has that contract. It's still listed at $1.4 million. So that's an expensive tight end coach. But again, if you're going to fire an offensive coordinator, you're gonna have to pay him out. If you keep him on staff and still use him, then you're still kind of making something out of that money, right? And that's kind of what the current deal is there. But it is interesting to see your tight ends coach at 1.4, John Butler at 1.1, and your new offensive coordinator at 1.2. That's an expensive tight ends coach.
Yeah, I mean, when you really look at the grand scheme of things, is that I get it. I understand the concept, right? I understand it. You got to pay them anyway. Might as well keep them on board. Helps with recruiting. Helps with blah, 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 blah. But are we now saying that your job description, what your job description is, you don't have to do a good job at it, and then we can, and then we'll demote you, and then we're going to pay you the same amount that we demoted you for. We demoted you. Now I get it. Is Foley still still in the room? Is Foley still a coach at the University of Nebraska? Can anybody tell me that in the text line? It's open. For a That's a Lie shirt, is Foley still a coach / anything in the room at the University of Nebraska? And again, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just simply saying I'm so sick of talking. I'm so sick of hearing all of the right things in the media. All of the right things during the what do you call those deals after the game? What are those things called? What they do? Press conferences, where we get all of this stuff. I want it to be black and white. We got our ass kicked. Next question. We played great. Next question. My offensive coordinator, I don't know what happened, but the calls he was making didn't get it done. He needed to do a better job. Offensive line did not get it done this week, y'all. Tell us which group plays the best. But stop kicking the can down the road. You know that commercial? Remember that commercial with the dude with the fishing pole? The old dude? And he got the dollar. And he says, I almost got it. Just about. That's what I feel like is happening, has been happening, and it's continuing to happen with Nebraska football. Okay? Period. And all of the talking and the rhetoric and all of this yada, 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 it ain't, again, stop talking. Stop talking. Let your actions do the talking. Nobody wants to hear what you got to say, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of people telling me, giving me these empty promises or promises that they can't keep. Bill and Bennett said Foley's contract expired. Ed Foley was fired. Really? So if you see him on the sideline, then what? I'm just wondering. Pack fan, Bill and Bennett. Oh, it says, well, he's still up there. Special teams coordinator.
He is listed still on the website.
So then how's he fired? You think you're gonna get fired from 93.7 a ticket? I gonna fire the captain and then lead the captain up there on the deal as the captain. Still doing the captain show. Here's my email at the ticket. Do you really think that? That's what DP would do. Fire me, bring me back, keep me on, still, but in the public, he fired me. Everybody's saying fire. Now, I can see his contract running out and then putting him in a different position because he's good for football. But to say, oh, well, we fired him, but he's still on. Same thing with the offensive coordinator. Say what you want. Satterfield, I mean, it is what it is, but this was your offense for 2 years. You demoted during the season. You got demoted during the season where you brought in a whole nother offensive coordinator that made the offense that you were supposed to be running look great or look better than it had in season. You always wonder to yourself, Fedoni leaving, what was that about? Because you had an offensive coordinator at the beginning of the season that didn't use Fedoni. And then somehow, some way we used them. And then you had a new offensive coordinator that came in that used Fedoni. Then all of a sudden, when your offensive coordinator went to tight ends coach, there was a whole to-die with Fedoni and the family. Remember what the grandma put out there, Bach? You remember that? So if you got this whole flux, and then we're thinking everything's good, Fedoni got some balls, he's definitely coming back. You know why Fedoni didn't come back? I'm just, again, speculation. I don't know this to be fact at all. Just throwing this out there. He could have said, yeah, I'm good. He said Satterfield's always, no, he did not, Brian Hog Farmer. What are you talking about? Get your facts straight, Brian. I love you that you're a hog farmer, and I would love to come out and see some suey. Is that what they do? Or pig suey? But, bruh, we had a tight ends coach named Dan Wagner, right?
Didn't make it either.
Right? Bach? Was it Dan Wagner? Was that the tight ends coach that got caught downtown Lincoln DUI and didn't want to take the sobriety test? Bob Wagner, my bad.
Yeah.
Wager. Bob Wager. Nick, come help me. No, Nick.
That's what
get
it
on,
is, yeah.
Nick, don't chastise me from the window and don't get on and chastise me. Come on, help us out. Because I want your smart expertise, Nick. Give me Nick in here because you guys ain't talking to me. You ain't talking back to me. I don't know all the names. I apologize. But Bob Wager. Say it, Nick, for us.
Yeah, Bob Wager.
Okay.
Was a high school coach down in Texas.
Uh-huh. And then he got
his first college job to be the tight ends coach in Nebraska.
What happened to him?
He had some off the field stuff, away from the facility stuff happened. He resigned prior to Matt Rule's first season. They then moved Josh Martin to the tight ends coach.
Thank you.
And Marcus Satterfield was obviously the offensive coordinator still.
Yeah.
And Ed Foley was the special teams coordinator.
There you go.
Josh Martin was a special teams analyst.
Wow. Okay, so here's what I'm saying, Nick. I just want to say this. So Brian the Hog Farmer said this year he coached the tight ends. Martin did last year. I get that part.
Yeah,
but
he did last year. Yeah.
Yeah, this past year. In that tight ends room this year, Nick, when you looked at the consistency of play over the year.
Well, hold on now. So Marcus Satterfield coached the tight ends this season.
Correct.
In 2024.
Correct. But remember,
Josh
first
Martin's
3
not
or
here
4
anymore.
exactly. But the first 3 or 4 games, when we talking Fedoni, when you talk, you need to have some. You got to have at least one go-to, don't you? At least one guy that can get it done. So you tell me in the first 3 games, Fedoni was not a target.
I think it's fair to say that they maybe didn't use their tight ends enough, no matter what. Whether that's Borkacher, who is moving on. Don't forget what happened in one of their games when Nebraska failed on 4th down and they tried to throw a pass deep to Luke Lindenmeyer. I mean, like they tried to use him. I think they tried to use him at times. I don't know. I think there's something to be said about Fedoni's going to have an opportunity at the next level. He measured well for the Senior Bowl.
He'll get drafted. I guarantee you he gets drafted. You want to put 50 push-ups on it?
I do not.
Okay.
I mean, sure. If somebody takes a flyer on him, sure. I think he'll get I think he'll get an opportunity.
You don't think that Fedoni, and the size that he is right now, which there's an upsize to Fedoni, big time. You wouldn't put Fedoni in that
how much is there
category?
after multiple knee surgeries?
What?
How is that?
He was clean this year. He played clean this year. What are you guys talking about? He played clean this year.
What do you mean by
he
clean?
Played clean last year.
Well, hold on.
He
now.
did not get hurt. That's
okay,
clean.
from a health standpoint, he played clean.
That's clean.
Okay, because how much positive film is there? And I'm truly asking.
Besides,
because if you're gonna be an NFL organization and you're picking a guy off of potential, that's how we can categorize it as taking a flyer.
Well, what is Nebraska doing?
I didn't say Nebraska. I said NFL organization.
NFL organizations always take a shot. What about the one-hit wonders? What about the guys that are first-round busts? They don't know what they're going to get till they get there, because once you get to the NFL, now you got to adjust. Some guys don't adjust to the speed of the game, to what's going on in the game, and the outside entity of the game. But I think Fedoni, tell me this, Nick, why would Fedoni come back, then leave?
Why what now?
Why would Fedoni, when I say come back, go to the bowl game?
Yeah.
Right? And all points, he's coming back.
I would disagree.
Why? Why would he leave now? You think he did enough?
Coaching decisions.
That's what I'm saying, okay? So I'm waiting for you to say that.
Here's the thing. He's been here 4 years, and it didn't pan out. It did not pan out.
Well,
we can't forget. You want to talk about taking a flyer? Yeah, Nebraska did. They essentially took the number one tight end statistically, according to recruiting sites, out of the country from Council Bluffs, Iowa.
Sure.
They took a number one tight end, whether that's because of injuries, whether that's because of the unwillingness to block, whether that's because the inability to play the position the way Nebraska asked him to play. He did not see the field as much as we expected, as spectators, as people that cover this program, as fans.
I tell you what, 6'8", 6'9", if you give me Fedoni, I teach him how to block. I don't let
so
a guy
then
like
that's
that
a
go.
coaching issue.
That's what I'm talking about, right?
But
there.
what are we talking about here? Are we talking about Fedoni's? You're kind of bouncing back and forth. Are we talking about Fedoni's ability to or potential to go pro, or are we talking about why he didn't come back? Because those are two separate things.
No, we're talking both.
If you want to talk about why,
same thing.
If you want to talk about why he didn't come back, it could essentially be, look, we got to get the roster down to 105, and we have a tight end coming in this next year. Carter Nelson is going to be a big part of this offense going forward. He's moving back to tight end.
Can he block?
There's 4 years. There's 4 years for Carter Nelson to learn how to block.
Time out. Can he block? Is what I asked you right now. Is he going to be?
Did we
just
see
as
enough?
Good as Fedoni right now?
Well, hold on. We cannot sit here and act like Fedoni was a great blocker.
He wasn't a great blocker, but what I saw, he was 6'5". Okay, you got to know leverage in order to get your ass down and get some explosion. If you don't know that, and you don't know how to step with the right foot, that is a coaching deal. And remember this.
Is it always a coaching issue, or can it be a two-way street?
There could be a two-way street 100% of the time.
So there you go. If it just doesn't work, it doesn't work.
I agree with that, but then
I'm not saying Nebraska's perfect in the coaching world. I have never been on air, guys, and said that Nebraska's perfect in the coaching world. Because I don't believe so.
Are we getting the best of the worst?
I think you're getting.
Are we getting the others, like the third choice? I just want to go recruiting with you right now.
What do you mean by that?
So,
are we
getting the first pick or the guy that everybody wants? There's 20 of them, right? Are we getting that guy in front of LSU, Indiana, Notre Dame, all the other schools, Texas A&M, or are we getting it's 8 schools that want the second pick, including us.
I would
we
say
don't
this,
get him, we're getting the third pick.
Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing and make sure you got your stuff handled.
I agree with that.
So
you better go and get some studs.
It's great. I don't know, like Terrell Bach. I want. This is not my deal. So I want you guys to get in on this. Like it doesn't matter. I could care less if New Hampshire's in on a guy or if LSU's in on a guy. If Nebraska scouts correctly, they're going to get the right thing. Like I really don't care about rankings. I truly don't, especially in this day and age of college football. I don't think rankings matter.
They don't matter.
So then why are we even asking the question of whether or not they got the first or the best?
There are certain guys that it does matter. Jeremiah Smith's going to be on the top of the lead ranking board. Nebraska's not going to get those guys.
100%. Yeah. So then you have to make up for what you lack in recruiting and coaching on the field.
Brock Bowers. Look how things ended with him. Him and Fedoni came out the same year.
So what was
1
that?
and 2.
Well, right, but was that more coaching? Because let me ask you, when Scott Frost was here, who was the tight ends coach?
It was Sean Beckton.
Perfect. Sean Beckton was the tight ends coach, and you had a tight end that should have got way more balls. You asked me.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. The last 7 years, Nebraska tight ends should have gotten more catches. Whether that's Austin Allen or whether that's who's the dude with Austin Allen that I'm missing on? Jack Stoll. Whether it's Austin Allen, Jack Stoll, Vokalek, Travis or Thomas Fedoni. Whether it's Nate Borkacher. It doesn't matter.
Go all the way back to Kyler.
Yeah,
Stephen
Carter. I'm not sure at a place like Nebraska, you're ever going to be able to utilize tight ends enough to appease everybody. I just don't think so.
Yeah, but we haven't had a major game breaker at tight end in a long time. A game breaker.
I don't think.
I like Austin Allen, but he should have been. He should have got the ball more, right?
I don't think
Jack Stoll's still playing.
I don't think this offense.
I like Jack Stoll too.
For a tight end.
No, and that's where it's like I think we have to reset our sights of like, does Nebraska have a strong enough running game to where they can break the tight end out and not have to worry about having such a good blocker on the perimeter for a tight end? No, they don't. They don't have a game breaker running back. They don't. Do they have a quarterback that wants to get the ball to his tight ends? I think they could. I think they could. I just think there's a multifaceted issue. It's not just Thomas Fedoni.
I'm not putting all the pressure on Fedoni. I'm not saying that we're losing a lot.
I've never experienced somebody so fixated on a player and potential than I've seen Nebraska fans on Thomas Fedoni.
Oh gosh, that's all the time. There's so many guys that we fixate on potential.
Not that way. Not that way.
Yeah, but
not the same way.
But hey, listen,
it just didn't work out.
Well.
It just didn't work out.
I get it.
I'm not in the boat that he was just able to come back.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Listen, we'll be right back. Nick, appreciate you coming on. Bach, black shirt. We'll be right back.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Sports Show! The 56th annual Boat Sport and Travel Show is bigger and better than ever. January 31st to February 2nd at the Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Don't miss it.
Sports Show!
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Sports Show! The 56th annual Boat Sport and Travel Show is bigger and better than ever. January 31st to February 2nd at the Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Don't miss it.
Sports Show. At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes. Feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Captain Show. 93.7 The Ticket, the fastest 2 hours in radio. Bach, I got some quick stuff I want to talk about.
All right.
The captain, but I got a report from the Shrine Bowl, man. The Shrine Bowl, which is played this weekend, I think. Fodoni's playing in that one. No,
I think he's in the Reese's.
No, Ty Robinson. I think he's playing in the Shrine Bowl. But you're gonna listen to this. Shiloh Sanders, man. Shiloh Sanders had reportedly been struggling at the East-West Shrine Bowl's practice. Sanders had reportedly been getting taken advantage of in the one-on-ones and has been getting picked on in team periods. Many in attendance believe that Sanders has not risen his stock with his performance in these practices. Several NFL scouts project Shiloh Sanders to be a day 3 pick since entering the draft. He has some work to do. They've been making him look like a fool out there.
Who?
Shiloh Sanders.
A one-on-one?
Yeah.
He ain't that good.
Yeah, he's not.
He is not that
He's
good.
a great hitter.
He's a free agent. He ain't even a great hitter. We know that because he got his whole arm knocked out of socket when he tried to get Dowdell.
Yeah, but he's been.
He is the headhunter. That's kind of what he does. Yeah.
He's a school.
No, he's a slick hitter. That means he'll knock you out when you ain't paying attention. But if it's one-on-one, mano, man to man, he's gonna cower down. Stop it. He is not the guy. He can't tackle. He can't cover. He can't run. He is not in the. He don't have Deion Sanders speed, does he? Is he a 4.6 guy?
Probably. Who knows?
He'll get drafted, but if you waste a pick in the 3rd round on him, I don't know.
No, day 3. That's
day 3,
5,
maybe
6, 7
or free agent.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler walks out of practice again. Has been suspended for the 3rd time, Bach, and this one is indefinitely. Couple of days.
Well, and you're waiting. The NBA trade deadline is right around the corner. This one would go through the NBA trade deadline. He's obviously trying to get himself out of there. It's hard to imagine. It's crazy that things have gotten so poorly that when he comes off these suspensions, he immediately tries to get suspended again. And I guess that's just where you are. One of the better run organizations in the league for years and years and years. obviously the great leadership with Pat Riley and Coach Spo and all that. But Jimmy, and he's been a good story there, but he just kind of flames out of everywhere he goes. He leaves, leaving everything burning behind him.
Might be good for the Lakers. Who knows?
Yeah. Now they didn't give him an extension going into the season, and that's why he wants out to begin with, by the way.
Yeah. Notre Dame is Xavier Watts, Omaha native, declared for the draft. Supposed to be a first or second rounder, Bob.
Yeah, and you got to be proud of the kid again from Omaha. A Nebraska kid. You'd rather have him in scarlet and cream, right? But to go out there, he won the Defensive Player of the Year last year and was told, hey, you know what? You're probably still kind of in that third, fourth round territory. Here's a few things you need to clean up. He goes back there. He repeats the performance he had, was among the nation's leading interceptions once again, worked on the little things, and then, took his team to the national championship. One of the best stories from an Omaha kid. Unfortunately, there's plenty of good ones. John Donji just scored 27 on Nebraska. There's a lot of good Omaha stories, good Nebraska stories coming out, but they're not in Nebraska laundry.
All right.
We don't like Nebraska kids in Nebraska anymore. We let them go.
Man,
saying
this one is crazy right here. Jim Knowles, former defensive coordinator for the Ohio State Buckeyes, goes to Penn State to be their defensive coordinator and will be the highest paid defensive coordinator ever in college football. $3.1 million.
It's the same thing as what's the coach from Oregon?
Dan Landon?
No, Oregon his last coach was UCLA. Jim Kelly. It's Chip Kelly.
Chip.
It's the same thing. Like, why would I want a headache of a whole program when I can make $3 million being a coordinator? And then you don't think Penn State's going to get better for getting a head coach as a coordinator?
Well, he wasn't a head coach. He's been a defensive coordinator, but he's one of the top.
Head coach material.
Cornered the market on defensive coordinator, yeah.
He's a head coach material. He's been in the game for so long. He's a head coach material. And so if you got a guy like that and you can put him into your program, you want to pay him. Listen, if they're proven, he's proven, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or no, he's got his defense never ranked in the top 25. I would imagine. None of the defense that he coached.
He had the number one defense this past year.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Helped lead him to a national title.
Oh, he did. See what I'm saying though? You can't. You better pay for the instructor. See, we paying for the kids that got to get instructed when you need to be paying for the instructor. Because he is the one who is tasked at making sure that these young men be the best football players that they can be, number one. And number two, they do what you tell them to do without fail. Now, I don't know, Terrell, if they called over bubble and you didn't line up where you're supposed to in the over bubble 3 times in a row, you think you still have a job? No, I'll answer. And if you tell me, yeah, then what's true is you didn't have no responsibility. You just do what you wanted.
Not on the bubble. It's a lot you got to go on. You got to understand about a bubble defense. It's me and Jamel basically working with each other, but I'm in the middle.
Where's Jamel? Is he backside or front side?
He's backside.
Okay.
And Jay's probably in the middle.
A gap
over the center.
A gap, one of the A gaps.
Yeah.
Got you.
So, I'm basically the middle linebacker. I'm free to roam because everybody's taken care of.
Right. So you're just a free. You the free roamer.
Yeah.
The free hitter, they like to say. Go ahead.
Tyler Brown. We haven't heard this guy, but they're speculating that Tyler Brown, a special team assistant for the Eagles, might just be our guy, Bob. He's a young guy.
As far as special teams coordinator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're looking at him. That's probably why we haven't named one yet, because they probably waiting on this guy to finish the season next week, and we'll see how in 2 weeks, and we'll see how that goes. I think that's still kind of late to get a special team coordinator in place by now, especially with spring ball coming up probably less than a month away at the beginning of March, middle of March. And he's just now finishing probably, the 9th of February, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, kind of shaky.
Well, it's interesting. I heard Sean Callahan say of Husker Online, of course, on early break, kind of break it down that there's not as much rush to get a special teams coordinator as maybe there would be in the past, right? When you used to have a limited amount of coaches and only certain coaches could go out on the road. Nebraska's, got enough guys to go out on the road. The limitations aren't bearing down on them, so they are allowed to take their time a little bit more to get a guy in there in special teams that can fix this thing. And again, I would encourage them and look more into Tyler Brown, but encourage them to get a guy that is an X's and O's coach at special teams, as much as either can be, because that was a part of the team that really drug Nebraska down. And if you look in the last couple of years, and I said this before, under the Rule era, year 3 just don't have anything that's god awful. Just don't have anything that's like 128th in the country. 2 years ago, it was turnovers. Okay, they addressed that. They kind of fixed that. Last year, it was special teams. That was among the worst units in the country. If you're bad, not awful, even, that's a step forward. They're going to want to take a bigger step forward than that, obviously, and could help win a couple games here.
Yeah, and the thing with Brown, he worked for Matt Rule as a special teams consultant at Temple back in 2014 and 15, before joining Jim Harbaugh's staff at Michigan, where he was the special team analyst from 16 to 18 before being a special teams graduate assistant in 2019 and 20. In all, Brown has 7 seasons of college experience under his belt, including 5 in the Big Ten, 4 in the NFL. His daddy, Randy, has been a kicking consultant for over 30 years and has been a coach in the NFL and college as well. He's currently working with the Ravens. So he comes from a special team family.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll work out.
I believe I want to see it. I'm going to the official website because I had to just see the official website, and it is updated. And Foley's still there.
It is odd that Foley is still listed on there.
John Butler, Ed Foley, Phil Snow, E.J. Barthel, Rob DeForchek, Addison Williams, defensive back coach, assistant defensive back coach, it says. Donovan Riola, Marcus Satterfield, Phil Simpson, DeKill Shorts, Glenn Thomas, Ron Brown. Then it goes into analysts. Okay? So, where you guys are getting this whole fired Foley thing, I don't know where you getting that at. What website are you looking at that we fired Foley? We did not. We don't need to say that because we didn't. Didn't happen. That's a lie. We get to some of these texts. 2366 says the D-line coach is still coaching with the Chiefs. Yeah, I know. 0034, Big Omaha showdown tonight. Hunter Salas versus Chucky Hebron. That's tonight? You don't know nothing about that, do you, Bob?
Oh yeah, I know about it. It's not on the top of my list of priorities to watch because they're not Nebraska laundry. I would have cared a couple of years ago, and they just missed them. These guys are both great college basketball players that Nebraska missed out on. And
why do you think they didn't go get them in the portal?
I don't know how much they tried. There was this whole idea to reconnect everybody that just never came through. I'm not sure. Again, I think part of it is even if you grow up in Nebraska, specifically grow up in Omaha, I don't know. It's not the same calling, right, as there is to Nebraska football.
It should be, though. You can't let a Chucky get out here and be the number one guy on his team and then Hunter, the number one guy on his team, and they come out in the same class, basically. And you mean to tell me that those two guys in the same room would not be phenomenal?
It'd be great, but I mean, it's the same thing with John Tanji and St. Thomas. I mean, there's guys all over the country that were at Nebraska that were playing high school basketball in Nebraska just a few short years ago that are leading their teams across the country. That's why it's not like, well, this guy didn't choose. They're not choosing them. They haven't chosen Nebraska for a long time. I mean, you think about like
I don't think it's a Nebraska. I don't think they're not choosing Nebraska. I think just like with the rest of the regimes, when it comes to Omaha players, we wait until the last minute to start to really actively recruit them. We treat them like redheaded stepchilds. If Iowa State is coming up and talking to a kid every single day, certainly in your own backyard, you should be every other day.
Look at Baylor Scheimer a couple years ago. He could be a potential program changer for Nebraska. He went to Creighton. Why? Because Creighton's a top 15 program. And, so many of these other places are just,
Well,
but different offers out there.
But when you look at him, Charmin, you looking at a guy that he's built for Creighton. He's built for Creighton. But when you look at Nebraska, look at Little Mitchell. You got all these guys that have come out of Omaha, like you saying, and they're doing their thing. You mean to tell me that we got to go outside of Nebraska to go get guys to lose 6 straight? We on a 6-game losing streak?
Currently, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to let you throw it to break by, because the 6-game losing streak should not be happening around here in Husker country at all.
All right, listen to the captain here on 93.7 The Ticket with the 3-time national champ Rashawn Jackson, the All-American and Hall of Famer Terrell Farley, and myself, Jake Bachman. We'll be back after this.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com, because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Sports Show!
The 56th annual Boat Sport and Travel Show is bigger and better than ever. January 31st to February 2nd at the Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Don't miss it.
Sports Show!
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area, with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Sports Show!
The 56th annual Boat Sport and Travel Show is bigger and better than ever. January 31st to February 2nd at the Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Don't miss it.
Sports Show!
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Hello, I am Ayanna Blake, and welcome to Mind Your Mind. My girlfriend recently added a sign to her beauty shop that reads, "Life is beautiful." I know many may not see life the same way. Some may view it as hard, depressing, grievous, lonely, or even cruel. But does it have to be? I can't help but hear the reggae classic by Friday and Colonel Mike, "Life is what you make it." As I looked at her newly decorated wall with the words, "Life is beautiful," she looked at me and said, "You have to find the beauty in it. Despite how life has treated us, we must dig deep to find the beauty in it. After all, we are alive and breathing. Why not change your view and see the beauty in it? I encourage you today to change your perspective. Step back and change the direction of your view. There is beauty in everything if you look close enough. I am Ayanna Blake, reminding you to mind your mind. For more inspiration, connect with me on social media or visit AyannaBlake.com. Until next time, take care of your mind and keep moving forward on your pathway to wellness.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All righty, welcome back to the Captain Show. Fastest 2 hours in radio. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
I say now, Brian.
Excavating.
All right, Bach, I think we're like a week away from the February signing period. Is there any guys on the radar that you have heard of in the last couple of weeks? Anything?
I haven't heard too much. I thought there was I might have heard something, but for the most part, this February signing period is not going to make too many waves.
You don't think so? You don't think we're gonna have any?
I don't believe so. I did hear there was I can't bring it to air because I don't have enough information on it. But
That's
I did
right,
hear
Bob.
there was
That's
maybe
right, Bob.
one deal going on. But did you hear anything?
Not anything yet.
Yeah.
So, I haven't heard anything, but I know the February signing period is next Wednesday, though. So I don't know if there's anything to be out there, but, sometimes you have the late risers in football, so you should have one or two scragglers out there that we probably can snatch up.
I did want to ask you guys, because I don't think we ever talked about it, and I've had it on my paper here for a long time. I don't think we ever quite got to it, about Deshaun Singleton's return and how big that will be for Nebraska's black shirt defense this upcoming year. There's a guy that people kind of thought wasn't going to be able to return based on his eligibility, but with the junior college rule coming down, he does have an opportunity to come back, and decided he will.
Well, like I said this last week about the new defensive coordinator, all the positions up in the air to me. I don't think nobody should be given a day one pass. I think everybody should go through spring ball and try to solidify your spot, because you got a lot of competition back there. Is there anybody to push Deshaun Singleton is the question. That's my main question. So, I don't think there's anybody to push him, but he should be okay. But at the same time, you got young, hungry guys out there that want to play too.
Yeah, I think Deshaun Singleton coming back him and Javen both coming back solidifies this defense. It really helps the defense if we find those guys in the middle. But I think on the outsides, we look really, really good from a linebacker, defensive back perspective, especially with Single. Say what you want. That was the best defender in that defensive backfield we really had that will come up and lay a hit on somebody and actually lay a hit and not miss it or whiff at it. But look at that, Terrell. You see how he getting done? That's the lineman we talking about. What number was he at Notre Dame, the lineman? Somebody tell me.
It was like 50 or something.
He's getting manhandled. I'm just playing.
Everybody.
They showed the picture of the dude with USC with his it's really a face mask. He shouldn't have his hand up there.
Well, everybody has a bad rep.
I guarantee
I'm
you
just
I
kidding.
can go back under some old films and watch some of everybody get manhandled.
No, you can't. There's no film of me getting manhandled, sir, at all. Except for once when you can't find it.
Oh, I go through all the games.
You know what game was it?
It doesn't matter. I could just go through 96 and 97.
Not that I made all my blocks. I'm not saying that, but I didn't get just like I've never got just out physical besides that one time.
That Baylor guy?
Except for the Baylor. The Baylor. I can't say this because then they'd be like, but the Baylor gorilla. I'm for real. He was 6'3", 280. It's just scary to start, not to finish. Anyway, go ahead, Terrell. You and your so-called idle chit-chat.
Oh, that's all I had. That was Bach.
All right, Bach, you got anything else?
We're about to wrap it up, but I could ask you guys, as we talked about Fedoni earlier, but I want to ask you about Hutchmacher. Nash Hutchmacher has a report from NFL draft analyst Tony Pauline said that Nash Hutchmacher has been dominant this morning, running over blockers. What do you guys see for Nash?
Ask me, say that one more time. Say that one more time. I just want to make sure I heard you.
So the report from an NFL draft analyst was that at the Shrine Bowl practice, that Nash Hutchmacher has been dominant this morning, running over blockers.
Yeah, he's got one move, bull rush.
Mm.
But, when you start to get a one-on-one, that's cool. What about when you got to get on the move? But I shout out to him. I think he's doing a great job. Keep going getting after it. I think Nash got a chance to get drafted. I think somebody's going to take a chance on Nash in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. And he'll play for 5 or 6 years and figure it out. Cigar Guy, it happens on Monday. New time. Same channel, same station. Bill and Bennett says, sorry, VJ, I actually thought Ed Foley's contract expired at the end of 2024. It did. That don't mean it's not a part of the staff, though. I'm trying to get you 7092. It's just taking so long to add up. Can you read that, Bach? I don't know what that said.
It's just an article saying that he was let go, parted ways with him.
But when you say parted ways, does he part ways with him as just a special teams coordinator? That's it, right?
That was the report, yeah.
Okay.
He might
not completely. That would assume that they parted ways completely.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to tell because they did the same thing with Satterfield and weren't necessarily clear about another role that he had.
No, I wouldn't,
had to re-report it.
No, I wouldn't, Bill. I don't do that stuff. That's not right. 93.7 The Ticket. Listen, fastest 2 hours in radio. I apologize, but it's over. And we're powered.
By
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Brand.
Excavating.
We'll be right back tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.